For a writer, it's a word, all right? For a composer or a musician, it's a note, all right? For an editor and a filmmaker, it's the frame, all right?
The first filmmakers simply photographed what interested or amused them. Porter discovered that cutting separate shots together could create a story.
One scene is going on at one place. Basically, the firemen rushing to a fire with their horse-drawn wagons. And the other scene is the fire, miles away. You intercut the two, and you understand psychologically and emotionally that these people's lives are in danger.
Unfortunately, the invisible style of editing kept editors invisible and unappreciated as well. For years, they have been the best-kept secret of the movies. The first cutters were considered hands for hire rather than creative partners in the filmmaking process. They looked at the images by holding the film up to the light. Then they would check their work by running it through a projector and making the necessary adjustments. Griffith's main cutter was Jimmy Edward Smith, who virtually lived with him at the studio, where they worked far into the night, running the film shot during the day.
Is what one might call pure cinematics, the assembly of film, and how it can be changed to create a different idea.
In the first 20, 25, 30 years of cinema, large numbers of editors were women. It was considered to be a woman's job because it was something like knitting, it was something like tapestry, sewing, that you took these pieces of fabric, which is what film are, and you put them together. It was when sound came in that the men began to infiltrate the ranks of the editors, because sound was somehow electrical. It was technical. It was no longer knitting.
Long shot, two shot, single, single. There was almost a formulaic way of presenting films. This film language was very strict, and in editorial terms, there were rules that one felt could not be broken.
They brought to editing was a breaking of the rules. Whatever books that said this is how it had to be done, they burned them.
Some people say I broke those rules first. I certainly did not. I mean, the Russians broke those rules, and the Germans broke those rules. This was nothing new, but it was new for Hollywood.